So hi everyone, this video is about my activity in packet tracer. So this packet tracer is came from chapter 1. So watch this. Let's start. This packet tracer was entitled as the network representation. So it has an objectives, that is, the network model in this activity incorporates many of the technologies that you will master in your CCNA studies. It represents a simplified version of how a small to medium-sized business network might look. Feel free to explore the network on your own. When you are ready, proceed through the following steps and answer the questions. Note, it is not important that you understand everything you see and do in this activity. Feel free to explore the network on your own. If you wish to proceed more systematically, follow the steps below. Answer the questions to the best of your ability. So, let's start in step 1. So, step 1, identify common components of a network as represented in the packet tracer. So A, the icon toolbar at the bottom left-hand corner has various categories of networking components. You should see categories that correspond to intermediary devices and media. The connections category with the lightning bolt icon represents the networking media supported by Packet Tracer. There is also an end devices category and two categories specific to Packet Tracer: custom-made devices and multi-user connections. So these are these network devices, the end devices, the components, the connections, miscellaneous, and the multi-user connection that is identified in step 1A. So next we will proceed on step 1B. List the intermediary device categories. So an intermediary device, or the one that connects the end devices to the network and also to connect multiple networks to form an internetwork. So it provides connectivity and ensure that the data flows across the network. So the intermediary devices are in this packet tracer activity are the routers, wireless routers, the modem, the routers, the switch, the server, and the wireless AP. Next is, it is also include the switch and the mga multi-layer switch. It is the multi-layer switch and the one emulation. So next is on step 1C. Without entering into the internet cloud or intranet cloud, how many icons in the topology represent endpoint devices? Only one connection leading to them. So there are 15 icons in the topology represent the endpoint devices. There is only one connection leading to them. Next, without and without counting the two clouds, how many icons in the topology represent intermediary devices? So it is not included the internet and the intranet. So we will count how many icons in the topology represent endpoint devices, only one connection leading to them. So there are 11 icons, that is in the topology, that represent the endpoint devices without the is the multiple connections leading to them. So next, how many end devices are not desktop computers? So there are 8 devices that is not a network computer. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So there are 8 end devices. That is not a desktop computer. So how many different types of media connections are used in this network topology? So there are 4 different types of media that is used in this packet tracer activity, in this network topology. So these are the LANs, the WANs, and the LANs and the WANs that is used. So next is in step 2, explain the purpose of the devices. In packet tracer, only the server PT device can act as a server. Desktop or laptop PCs cannot act as a server. Based on your study so far, explain the client-server model. So, a host can act as a client or a server or both. In modern network, and in software servers, so a software servers are hosts that have software installed that enables them to provide the information and services to other hosts on the network, while the clients are hosts that have software installed that enables them to request and display the information obtained from the server. And also, the client can be configured as a server by simply installing a server software in the client. So next, list at least 2 functions of intermediary devices. So the intermediary devices are the one that connects the end devices to the network. So the function of intermediary devices is it can maintain information about what pathways exist through the network and the internetwork. And also an intermediary devices can regenerate and retransmit data signals, and also intermediary devices can permit or deny the flow of data based on the security settings it has. So next is step 2C. List at least 2 criteria for choosing a network media type. So in choosing a network media type, it must consider the criteria for choosing it. So it can be the distance the media can successfully carry a signal, the amount of data and the speed at which it must be transmitted. Next is the cost of media and installation, and also the environment in which the media is to be installed. So step 3, compare and contrast LANs and WANs. So step 3A, explain the difference between a LAN and WAN. Give examples of each. So the LANs are this one that is inside the box, which is the home office. And next LAN is this is the branch, and this is the central, is also a LAN. So these 3 are the LANs, and the ones in this packet tracers are the internet and the intranet. So the difference between a LAN and a WAN is, when we say a LAN, it is a local area network that it provides access to users and end devices in a small geographical area. An example of a LAN are the home or small business, building, and school campus, which are managed by an individual. While when we say WAN, it is a wide area network that provides access to other networks over a wide geographical area. An example of WAN are the metropolitan area network, which is the MAN, and the internet, which are managed by a telecommunications. So next, step 3B. In the packet tracer network, how many WANs do you see? So in this packet tracer network, it has there are two ones, which is the internet and the intranet. These are the ones or the wide area network in the packet tracer activity. So next, how many LANs do you see? So there are 3 LANs, which is easy to identify because of each border and label. So this is the first LAN, second LAN, and the third LAN, which are inside the box. This is the LAN for the home office, the LAN for the branch, and this is the LAN for the central. So next, letter D, step 3D. The internet in this packet tracer network is overly simplified and does not represent the structure and form of the real internet. Briefly describe the internet. So, the internet is a worldwide collection of interconnected networks. It is mostly used when we need to communicate with a resource on other network. So next, step 3E. What are some of the common ways a home user connects to the internet? So the common ways a home user connects to the internet are the cable, the dial-up, the DSL, the satellite, and the cellular. So next, step 3C. What are some common methods that businesses use to connect to the internet in your area? So the common methods that the businesses use to connect to the internet in my area are the cable, satellite, the DSL, the dedicated list line, and the Metro E. So that's all, that's all, guys, and thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned from this, and I'm Kisha Lyka Villanueva of IT 2105.